Here's a quick rundown of today's top stories, Saturday, February 1st. The Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C. offers assistance to the kin of the police official who died in an air collision. The Philippine Embassy in Washington is offering assistance to the next of kin of Police Colonel Pergentino Malabed Jr., who was aboard the flight that crashed into Potomac River in Washington, D.C. after a collision with a military helicopter. In a statement on Friday night, January 31st, the DFA said it is now working with local authorities and is ready to assist Malabed's next of kin. The Department of Foreign Affairs is closely studying a proposal to ban the deployment of OFWs to Kuwait. Department of Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said they are closely studying the proposal to ban the deployment of Filipino workers to Kuwait, following the tragic death of an overseas Filipino worker there. In an interview on Friday, January 31st, Manalo said there is still no decision on the proposal to ban the deployment of Filipino workers. However, they are currently looking into the terms and effects of a potential deployment ban. President Marcos says the encouraging survey results may benefit the administration's bets. President Marcos said the 59% approval rating he got in a recent survey was encouraging and may positively affect the administration's bets in the upcoming May elections. Marcos said this after the latest social weather station survey found that 59% of adult Filipinos were satisfied with his performance, while 23% expressed dissatisfaction and 17% were undecided. In an interview with reporters in Pasay City, the president said the survey results further motivated him to work even harder for the Filipino people. Easterlies and amihan will bring cloudy skies and isolated rains over Luzon, according to PAGASA. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said on Saturday, February 1, that the Easterlies and the northeast monsoon, or amihan, will bring cloudy skies and isolated rain showers over parts of Luzon. In its weather forecast, PAGASA said the northeast monsoon will affect northern and central Luzon, while the Easterlies will affect the rest of the country. In the Bicol region in Quezon, PAGASA said cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms are expected due to the Easterlies. President Marcos issues an executive order on strengthening regional development councils. President Marcos has issued Executive Order Number 82, reinforcing the regional development councils to accelerate socioeconomic growth across all regions. In his EO, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on January 28th, the president said the move is aligned with the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028, which highlights the importance of supporting regional development and rationalizing government functions, systems, and mechanisms to achieve the country's deep social and economic transformation. He said in his EO, "It is imperative to further reorganize the RDCs to strengthen their role in the pursuit of regional socioeconomic development." At the Integrated Bar of the Philippines event, Speaker Romualdez has reminded the Filipino lawyers of their sacred duty as the guardians of moral and legal compass. House Speaker Martin Romualdez has reminded the country's lawyers of their sacred duty as the guardians of the nation's moral and legal compass. Romualdez, himself a lawyer, had this to say on Friday, February 1st in his solidarity message during the Integrated Bar of the Philippines' 20th National Convention of Lawyers in Lahug, Cebu City. He said, "We must ensure that every Filipino, whether rich or poor, educated or unlettered, knows that the law is not the instrument of the powerful, but the protector of the weak. That justice is not a privilege, but a right. And that lawyers are not mere advocates of clients, but guardians of the nation's moral and legal compass." The heartbreaking search for those killed in the Washington, D.C. aircraft collision takes its toll. Police boats combed the banks of the Potomac River on Friday, slowly scanning the shoreline in the rain as investigators sought clues into the mid-air collision that killed 67 people and raised questions about air traffic safety around the nation's capital. Washington, D.C. Fire Chief John Donnelly Sr. said at a news conference that no one survived the Wednesday night collision between the commercial airliner and an Army helicopter. The remains of 41 people had been pulled from the river as of Friday afternoon, including 28 that had been positively identified. He said next of kin notifications had been made to 18 families, and that he expects the remains of all 67 people who died to eventually be recovered. Nirvana reunites at FireAid. Pop stars, first responders, rock stars, and those who've lost everything in the devastating LA area wildfires came together for FireAid, a massive benefit concert that combined spectacular performances with moving storytelling from survivors and reminders of the destruction. In a night full of surprises, a reunion of Nirvana, fronted by St. Vincent, Kim Gordon, and Joan Jett in the place of the late Kurt Cobain, tops the list. They launched into breed, school, and territorial pissings respectively, inspired and unexpected choices. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social